Hi guys, my name is Cynthia Gonzalez, and I'm going to describe for you today Chapter 4, the Functionalist Perspective, sources of Inspiration. Substance use and abuse is always going to take part regardless of the group, society, racial background, or environment individuals take part of. This chapter explains the different systems that inspire substance abuse and describes the sociologists' different perspectives they have on substance abuse and individuals becoming deviant. The three main sociologists that had an impact on functionalism in the theoretical contemporary are the following, but they all had different perspective on the substance abuse. Durkheim, his studies were mainly of anonymity, suicide, religion, and social integration. Parsons, he mainly focused on system levels, individual actions, pattern variables, functional system problems, and social change. Merton, which had he more focused on dysfunctional manifests, latent functions, and functional alternatives. Durkheim believed that substance abuse and deviance will always be normal in all societies. He believes that it is necessary for society to. That's the only way that society can function. Durkheim believed that deviance is unavoidable in society and will always happen regardless of the environment we are in. It is also beneficial to society. It's also beneficial to society. For example, some individuals can experience regret after being deviant and then can contribute to social order by setting morals, boundaries, strengthening in-group solidarity, allowing for adaptive innovation, and reducing internal societal tensions. Durkheim's views that without having individuals learn from their mistakes, then society will not be able to discover their values about being deviant or taking part of substance abuse. Parsons believes is a little different. He believed that they're being taught on how to act a certain way through socialization, profit, and persuasion. Socialization is described as being exposed to learning how to be deviant in society through family, friends, or their environment. If the socialization is weak, then there is a higher chance that the individual can become deviant aside from other factors. Profit is another factor Parsons believes that can influence an individual to take part in substance abuse or become deviant, become a deviant individual in society. If the individual feels as if the actions he or she is committing does not benefit or receive any rewards, then there is a higher chance the individual can become a deviant or have substance abuse. Persuasion can also influence an individual's deviant behavior or substance abuse. If the individual's persuasion is weak, then it can be a factor on influencing them. Parson also mentioned there's two different types of deviance, directly and indirectly. Directly would be active deviance. For instance, being part of a revolution or becoming a protester. Passive deviance is best described as indirect because you're avoiding responsibility when it comes to where you're being involved in deviant behavior. You have no care about the consequences and eventually can lead to becoming an alcoholic or being abused on drugs. Merton has a fairly different approach when it comes to deviance. He believes that deviance can at times become beneficial in some social groups, but to others it can be dysfunctional. He mentions that there should be a net balance of the deviant acts. Merton has 5 general guidelines for deviance. The 5 are, the first one is describe the specific form of deviance being studied. Second one is identify the range and type of alternatives excluded by the deviant pattern. The third one is assessing the meaning of the deviant activity for those involved. The fourth is discern the motives for conforming to or deviating from a particular dominant interaction pattern. And the fifth one, describe patterns not recognized by participants that appear to have consequences for the particular individuals involved and or other patterns or regularities in the wider social context. League of Nations 1930 states that more people are using substance to escape any type of hardship, stress, boredom, or gain attractive experience. This leads to sociologists now discovering that many individuals are turning towards substance use and or abuse when becoming depressed, having strain, or experiencing anxiety. Sociologists realize that drinking and drug intake or any other addictive behavior is all connected to fundamental psychological needs. Sociologists also join in the effort by focusing on systematic variables such as anomie and social integration. In contrast, there are still studies that show that substance use and abuse can help some individuals in their everyday life in a positive manner. Some women report that when drinking, that helped them in their interpersonal problems and becoming more optimistic about life. Some men reported that drinking helped them talk to the opposite sex more, become more confident in making jokes, and being wittier. Peter Franczak stated that for some adolescents, it's also beneficial for them to smoke or drink because eventually they acquire risk-related expertise and will have a healthier lifestyle in the future. In conclusion, there are three different perspectives from three different sociologists. Durkheim believes that being deviant for certain individuals will always exist. Society will not be able to function without people being deviant. As individuals, we will either learn from our experiences or from their experiences, or they will go through a deviant lifestyle for the rest of their lives. Parson believes that most deviant behaviors are caused by lack of persuasion, socialization, and profit. If individuals are not exposed to the proper role models, environment, or influenced by family and friends, then there is a high chance that individuals can become deviant in society. If the individuals also do not have strong influences that can persuade them for the good or for the good as well, it can be a factor. Lastly, the individual does not feel they can benefit, if they do not feel they can benefit from the good deeds or any type of motive to be a positive influence in society, then that can definitely lead into some type of deviant behavior. Merton lastly describes how in some social structures, being deviant can benefit individuals and others can make their society dysfunctional. Some individuals will learn that there must be a net balance for being deviant and will eventually not become deviant in society. Others might stay deviant for the rest of their lives, which will affect their society in a negative way. In the end, there are many different perspectives from many sociologists that have different theories for the deviant individuals. Okay, that's it. Thank you.